Right, so I wanted to bring you another video from the conference that I'm at in Singapore, just to really give you an idea of what kind of further training that your vet has to do to make sure that they stay up to date. So the requirements will vary depending where in the world you are, but certainly in the UK and New Zealand, which are two systems that I'm very familiar with, vets have to do a minimum of, in the UK, 35 hours of practice every year. And in New Zealand we have to get 35 points, and that's split between different categories and will often equate to kind of more like kind of about 45, 50 hours, and that's a documented continuing professional development or training, and that can be made up of a number of things. So it could be made up coming to conferences and having going to courses and things very much like what I'm at now, which is the World Small Animal Veterinary Association's annual Congress. So it can be also online web lectures. It can also be documented private study, so that can be reading textbooks, reading articles, looking at journals, that kind of thing. That can only make up a small proportion, and it has to be documented, so you generally can't just say, well, I've read this amount over the year. You have to actually kind of record what you've learnt. You have to reflect on that learning, how it will affect your clinical practice. So every year we have to renew our registration with the governing body. So that's the Vet Council of New Zealand. Obviously in New Zealand it's the Royal Veterinary College in the UK, and I imagine most other countries will have a similar system. So it is very important for us as vets that we do stay up to date. There is a lot that changes in a whole range of different topics. So oncology, so cancer treatments, that's something that I've been looking into a few lectures over the last day or two. It can be internal medicine, so liver disease, it can be ophthalmology, eye disease, it can be dentistry, it can be any number of different areas of veterinary medicine. And it's a really exciting time to be a vet because there's a lot of changes, there's a lot of improvements that are taking place. We're able to test for a lot more things, we are able to diagnose and treat a lot more things with both medical treatment or with surgical treatments, our imaging, so CT scanning, MRI scanning, things that were impossible until not that long ago are now becoming much more readily available to a lot of people wherever you are. So certainly we don't have a CT scanner in our practice, but there is a vet a couple of hours away who does have that available where that is an appropriate thing, so we're able to refer, and in-house treatment. So we've got much better dental equipment, for example. When I graduated, we used to have to use things like hacksaw blades to section teeth because we didn't have any good equipment in our practice. And when I think of that now, I think that's absolutely horrendous. But it's become every day that we have good dental equipment, for example. And that's just one of many things. So yeah, it's important that we stay up to date as vets. Obviously we can't know everything, we can't know kind of cutting edge in every single field, but as a general practitioner, we certainly do try and stay abreast of all of the important developments, and there are journals, there are online forums and all kinds of things like that that help us to stay up to date. So yeah, I thought that might be interesting for you to hear what your vet has to do to stay current, and it's important that they do that. If you've got any questions, then please leave me a comment down below. Otherwise, until next time, I'm Dr. Alex from Our Pets Health, because they're family.